Oh, I got something stuck in my head. Don't mind me. Oh man, I knew I was going to kick that accidentally. Sure enough, I did. Anyways, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. Casey's running around upstairs like a mad woman. Knocked all my sculpty bits into my. See if I can salvage it. Hold on a second. You're going to start my bald head while I reach into the. No! I popped the glue on that finger. Son of a Steve. Nice. Let's just hit it. I see only a couple of tools hanging out. Savmic's currently sculpting upstairs, so all my tools are kind of hanging out up there right now. And I know I kind of need for working on. We're going to stick it over here this time so I don't murder everything. Oh. Let's go on YouTube side real quick. YouTube monies. More monies. Automatic monies. Save. Dope. Back. Variable money. The fudge my Discord went to. That one. Gotta read the Discord. People have been talking. Weird. Hey, we got one viewer. How you doing today? Hope you're doing fantastic. Oh. There we go. Shift content down. That's where the money is right here. Hey, Rose! I feel like now that we got Super back, I should be streaming on Super. But the problem is, what the heck do I stream? It's just reviews, man. It's just the reviews. Hey, Erdic. Oh, so tired. It's like I gotta work on something for some commissions. I didn't do anything yesterday because I was just so pumped about getting the channel back that I was just like, yeah. Gonna forego working on things today. I'm just gonna enjoy the fact that I finally get to put stuff back up on Super. Nice. I figured we'll work on Anguirus a little bit. I figure I could finish sculpting the head. Also, now realizing that I sculpted the undersection of the neck to match the head. I probably should have made it match the actual neck on the figure. Now I regret my decisions. Yeah, no, it was the secondary channel. Then it became the only channel for a while because we didn't have any monetization on that channel. And granted, we put a lot of work into it. Okay, yeah, I'll adjust that too because I was we're gonna fix the nose, sculpt the upper part of the jaw, and I could redo that part. That's a pretty simple fix. I like the wrinkles at the top, but I should probably follow whatever the muscle line is here. Should go up into this. So I just gotta sand it down and adjust that a little bit. And then we're pretty much beyond to painting. Yeah, he's pretty sweet. Rawr. Be a little sweeter if he had his jaw on. Let me twist it a little more so you guys see a little bit better. But yeah, no, I was gonna say Super. We've been posting stuff on that channel for was probably a good like 8-9 years before we were just like, yeah, not really worth the. It's like put a lot of work into it, but the problem is like we only get so many things sent to us, and the amount of time I was spending on videos, it just didn't make sense without at least making some kind of money on it. So then we were like, we had the secondary channel, which was this channel, which was the fun channel, and we're just like, yeah, we'll just put everything on this channel for now. And then we're gonna start the gaming channel to make that the new fun channel. But now that this happened, this is just gonna go back to being just the whatever that isn't review channel. So sadly, there will be no more reviews popping up on this channel. Well, at least we were gonna. I always say this. I'm meaning to get back to doing more movie reviews. So we might still attempt to do that. That's one of the reasons I want to do the watch-alongs, is we could possibly do like the watch-along and then do like a review and then make the review afterwards. But yeah, no, I am hyped. Worst case scenario, even if it doesn't do any better than it is right now, it still is sitting by itself. I still get more views than I do over here. Without me having done anything. It was getting. I think I get slightly more subscribers over here, but definitely more views. And now I got to, because I want to make a new intro for that channel. Yeah, I definitely want to do. That's my hope is beginning of April. I want to start doing that, and then we'll see how it goes through pretty much the summer. And then I'll decide afterwards what I want to do with that. If we want to keep going with it, or if I pivot into something else. Because my hope is it'll get more people into the Discord, like on the Patreon, doing that. Because then we'd have like member only watch alongs and stuff. Yeah, if you want to shoot it over. As long as it's not that crazy. As long as I'm not gigantic again. Using like the characters would be great. Granted, we're still gonna keep so the gaming stuff. We'll make an official video probably tomorrow if Ernest comes over. But the gaming stuff's just gonna come back over here, and I'm still gonna keep the intro, everything for the gaming that we were using. That's still gonna stay just specifically for those videos because I still want to use them and still do the gaming stuff. Honestly, it'd be just more content over here. Hey, Lady Draco. Okay, so I was going to be using some figures for the noses. Oh, okay, they're up here. This is the knockoff Bebop and Rocksteady. Because I think the tooth here would be great for a tusk. I think Rocksteady's horns may be a little too big. Man, I just got that Trendmaster you sent in. Yeah, it's one of those like I want to make more, like making more, but there's only there's only so many of us on it right now. Really. And so I could just have like a custom like gaming like customs for each one, but then it would just be like I said, I don't think there's enough voices in the general Discord to merit making other separate ones. Because then like we would just be hating like I feel like we would just mainly be handing out in the custom channel anyways, and then periodically popping back into the other one. If like the watch alongs and stuff. But yeah, that could be something to look into, though. Should go grab that Trendmaster from upstairs so I can look at the nose and be faster. Oh, I was like, somebody sent me money? I'm like, no, I paid money. Never mind. Not as excited anymore. Really should have pinned the Anguirus. Oh, actually, I probably saved it somewhere. Oh, so funny enough, too, I sent that Orga out, and his tail popped off. Went to put him in the box. Oh yeah, shoot! We don't have 60. I think we got like. I think there's only like 10 people really in the Discord. Yeah, so I gotta ship out the tail. It's hanging out in my office. Oh, I kind of hate it, but that might actually be better. I'm just gonna take it off anyways. Worst case scenario, it's just off. Save it for something else. Well, that curved up in a way that I didn't want it to. Actually, you know what? That might have been in my favor, though. Kinda. Set it on here just to get the general size. So, kinda like. Is that too big? It's cool, we saved it. I think it's like slightly too chunky. Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do is cut the nose down just a little bit more around here, make it a bigger surface area to glue it down. It's like, I want to save the nose. And then I think where it's bending upwards and I angled it, that, if I made it straight, I think would look good. Okay, so that's a little flatter now. So kind of light there. Well, we're going for the Trendmaster look anyway, so it being over proportion kind of works in the toy's favor. Plus, this is also minimal sculpting if I do this. It's just I gotta make it kind of working underneath the nose. So that's it. So that looks good. I think I brought glue down. Or did. Okay. Also, I don't know what the hell happened around my town, but like Loctite glue is just like non-existent anymore. So I really like the needle nose bottle because it's not overt. It's not as hard as the gel, but it's not overtly runny, which I really like. But it's not as runny as Crazy Glue, and I honestly think it's like it's a little stronger too. So there's kind of the positioning. Steeping it could be because like my local Target's been out of it for weeks. Gorilla Glue's okay. I feel like Gorilla Glue It's not it discolors, so it's not good for like clear coaty stuff. And it's like it's kind of got the same problem as I kind of have with the Loctite gel, where it's like, oh, it's almost too thick for most applications for me. Like Loctite is like the perfect stuff, especially with the accelerant. I don't have really too many issues with it. I will say Gorilla Glue I think is stronger, but like I said, Loctite's kind of like the universal one. It just kind of like it does a little bit of everything. That saves me time. Okay, so hopefully this should be the last sculpty session. After this, it'll be I pretty much just got to get the jaw working, which is going to be a little bit of sanding and drilling in the new joints. Let me get a drink real quick. Not a sponsor, but the zero sugar stuff from Kroger's is pretty sweet. The zero sugar root beer still tastes like root beer. And it doesn't really have like that like diet aftertaste, which I kind of like. Oh. So I shouldn't need much, just a little pinch. This is probably too much. Oh, also fun fact. So, Barks just as a root beer is the best root beer. Sugar free, I like the Mug sugar free is pretty good. Or not Mugs, A&W. A&W root beer sugar free is pretty solid. That one I actually that one I like. I haven't tried the sugar free Barks. If I had to give like a tier for root beer, I would say A&W from A&W is the best root beer. Barks is the best that you can like just buy at the store. And Barks does have bite. After that, it gets tougher. I'd say like A&W from the store is still good. Yeah, A&W's good with floats. That's for sure. Honestly, the Barks root beer is pretty good with floats too, though. I don't like. I didn't cut soda. I just cut sugar soda. So I do a lot of like the sugar free ones. I know it's not healthy, but it's kind of like my stepping stone into trying to be a little better. Granted, once I cut the sugar free stuff, I lost like 20 pounds, so that was cool. I still got ways to go because my eating habits still aren't great. Our celebration for getting super on report reviews back is I went and got takeout at a diner from a diner around here. They're really good and fairly inexpensive. I think for like Jessica and I, it was like Jessica and we split it with Casey. It was like $30. He's doing good. He's been sick the past few days though, so I was hoping to get him over actually today to work on stuff, but he doesn't got much of a voice, so we're holding off till tomorrow and seeing how that goes. And then if he does come over tomorrow, then we're doing a bunch of like super unimportant reviews, videos. We got to do the update videos for this channel and super unimportant reviews. This channel, I actually don't have too much at the moment. I got another Stevie's Custom Monstrosity filmed because we got the shark done. And yeah, that's about it. That's the problem. Is like the gaming videos. I'm probably gonna actually re-upload them over here. Is just so I have some content while we focus on getting some stuff back up on Super. Hey, new question. I guess I still got this water. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, no, that's what I filmed today. Is I reviewed the Red Ranger. Well, the Rodan Ranger. If Arnus comes over tomorrow, then I'll do the Anguirus Ranger with him. Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely, it's got the little amp power rangers. It's definitely good in the video. No, I'm just trying to match the details to the side of the face, so you'll see I'm just adding like little cut marks and just little indents to where the nose, like the nose fold is. Just trying to clean that up a little bit, and then just adding some scratches. Just like light little indents just to sort of match the detail that's already here. And just got a little light brush just to get some excess clay off. Smooth out those cuts just a little bit. Those I'll skip. I'm not a big G.I. Joe guy, so I don't really got much of a need for those. I think they're cool though, but just not my cup of tea. Next, try to remove a little bit of clay here, just to. There we go. Now he doesn't have a giant gap in his nose. Try to leave that alone to the best of my ability. Next, I need to redo this. So I'm going to try to sand it down and see if I can sculpt it with the Dremel. Maybe. Ugh. Oh, it's hiding under my laptop. There we go. I would say I think there was one of them I know I kind of wanted. It might have been the April. The problem is too is the Magic the Gathering set for Turtles is coming out in a week, so some of my money is going to be going towards that because I play Magic and I like Turtles. So first, I'm going to just kind of sand this down. Some are better than others. I do agree. I think as a whole, I like them a lot. It's some of the special cards are kind of whatever. Like it's a set that I don't really feel like I need to get the fancy art versions or whatever of a lot of the cards, because I just don't think like a lot of them just look inferior than what the normal cards do. That being said, I kind of want there's our last run of Secret Lair, and I kind of want it. White nose color, but it's a zombie skeleton shin. Interesting. If you find the post, always send it up, put it up at the Discord. I don't think I'm gonna be able to follow this neck perfectly, but we'll try to get close. So UFO tentacle monster, so free from it. Bought it for 150 almost. Jeez. Okay, at least I got the shape kind of sculpt. I'll sand it out. So I know where my line is. Funny enough, if I play my cards right here, I might not have to sculpt it at all. Well, honestly, sanding it down kind of got the right shape out of it. Jeez, oh crap, it's loud upstairs. Might be able to just sand that down, call it a day. I think I still probably want to use the putty, but what I'm probably going to do is water it down and just smear it. They'll fill in the scuffs. Yep, just like that. Gives it a little more detail. I don't have to worry about touching it because it's not going to move anything. I got one critique. So this should be leveled out a little bit better. Be like slightly more rounded. So kind of a little bit of the slit there, but not dramatic like it was. Just a little rounded out. Okay, I always got to do the roof of the mouth, which I kind of want to stuff with something. I don't think I got any tinfoil hanging out around here. And I don't really want to heat the print pen up just to do that. Do a little piece in the jaw. Because also I'm going to be randomly touching the camera, and I don't want to do that either. So, what can I stuff you with that's heating up out here? I don't really want to use epoxy because it's going to, especially on the back part of the jaw, it's going to take up quite a bit. I'm just going to add some cut up Joker coat in there. I think I'm gonna. May sound a little janky, and it is, but it'll get the job done. Still too big. Yeah, I wish self rubies were cheaper. Mainly because the problem is a lot of the stuff I want's newer, which makes them expensive. Because they're all like Godzilla store exclusives and yada yada yada. The kaiju that laughs. Pretty much. Like that's blue just to be on the safe side. But that will stuff there pretty nicely. And just a little piece on the back just to make sure Well, the roof there, I don't mind as much. So I'm going to try to go at this at an angle just so I can. I don't need as much of this rubber right there. Keep up Roxy, you can go, down there. All right, guys, you remember where I sat the super glue? Somebody had to be paying attention. Over here. Yeah, for better or for worse, it's kind of nice. That's why I always love when people like have a hissy conniption about our hammer videos, and I'm like, almost every single thing from our hammer videos is hanging out underneath my table. It's some shape or form. Because a lot of this stuff kind of comes in handy with this. It also saves people money because, yeah, it's been cold. We got stuff to hammer. I got some stuff sent in. It's just been like anytime I can go over to film at Arnez's, it's been like it wasn't the negatives. Now it's not so bad. So we're probably gonna start trying to do them again. I think that's good enough. But yeah, definitely not for a lack of wanting to do them. I love hammer videos. They're like the most therapeutic videos to do. Especially when I didn't pay for the things we're hammering. Like, it is awesome. That's why we do hammer videos. It's always like the fun, like clearance aisle stuff or other stuff people sent in. Clearance aisle stuff or stuff that really made me ornery. Yeah, plus we're testing durability. It's all part of the plan. Like as a parent, you might want to know like how much abuse this figure could take. Because children are rough. I have one. Send us some Arctic coats, right? I got some heavy duty coats. It's just like it sucks. Although I would say probably the camera would like it because it's cold. Oh no, the camera hated it because of the batteries. Especially the camera we use on our NES is that thing. The battery is so temperamental. So right now I'm just kind of squishing epoxy putty into here just to fill in cavities and not really worried too much about sculpting at the moment. Just making sure the face is kind of stiffed. Yeah, some I think my favorite one to the edit was the NECA one that we hit with the car. The NECA Godzilla that we ran over. That one was funny. That one's a good one. The Monster Arts Con was a fun one. That one's in the was the shows up in the intro. I guess like the car one shows up in the intro too. I'd be down. To be fair though, oh, actually, I don't actually. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that because what I would probably do is just make a custom of The man in the suit. I just use that as the Godzilla. Where it's like the guy's like fused into the Godzilla suit. Hey, it's probably good enough. Squeeze a little bit of water just to smooth it out. Really fill in those little side details. I'm gonna try to bring you guys in for a little bit of a closer look, just so hopefully maybe see when. Property. That one. Properties. Properties. Yeah. All right, I think we're good. We back to sound. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? All right, we're good. Can't quite see the spike. Oh yeah, the spike. All right. Okay. So now, like this is natural for me. So we're gonna go here. So now I just kind of want to do little lines, little indents. I kind of want to go like towards the center. I don't want it to be like fully across. There's a little too much wetness still in there. We get quiet here, and all I can hear is Casey watching Monsters Incorporated upstairs. Good movie. Little dab of water. I just kind of keep going over it till I just get the right texture that I want. Sort of like that. Rawr. Talk about watermelon kaiju so Fubi, and it reminds me of that wrestling one. Was it Kaiju Big Battle? Is that what it was? I used to have a DVD. I think I still have a DVD for it. We're just like independent wrestling, but with giant guys in giant monster suits. I can't hear you, Sonny. Yep, looking good. Yeah, I just kind of just dab on one side, dab on the other. You'll see it's kind of it builds up like this little ridge here in the center. It's kind of what I'm going for. Yeah, oh yeah, they do have YouTube. Yeah. It's been a hot minute since I've watched any of their stuff. All right, I'm gonna take a quick little breather because I'm pretty much done with sculpty stuff there. But since we got 11 people here, we'll kind of go over my other little project I've been working on. We're gonna try to move the camera. Hopefully, it doesn't go all 8 bananas like it just did as it's smacking into things. Because I do gotta fix one of the fingers here. They're sort of on the thinner side, so it likes to pop apart. Which finger is it? This one. Okay. This little arm right here. Little dab of super glue. Doesn't really matter how good this is, as long as it's when I go to make the mold, looks uniform. And it will, by golly. So, anyways, you'll see I got a random arm here because we made progress. So, if you guys have been following the stream, the past few streams, you'll know that I worked on a Obsidious head, which I realized I forgot to give him nostrils, so I do have to do that at some point. But I sculpted his head a little while ago. And recently, I plowed through, I did the body. So this will be his body. Kept the more like spikes for the back. Well, you wanted them to look like they cut. I can't make them thicker and make them look like they can cut something. And I kind of like because I had them thicker, but we complained, so I made them thin, and they could cut things. I could make them thicker going to the base, but then to me it doesn't make sense because if he has like thin fingernails, but it gets bigger as it goes towards the thickness, it like how would he like his fingers go in, right? Like how would he grab? How would he do things? So that being more like skeletal, I think kind of makes more sense. So it'd make it easier for him to grab and cut that way. They make them like that much thinner than I had them originally, but the tips for sure are a lot thinner. And then like his thumb's a little chunkier. Like I said, I tried to keep it kind of uneven here and there. But that's all those are. So these are the two arms. This arm I gave him like a little nub protrusion, kind of like a blade. I'm not complaining. I'm joking about complaining, but but him having like I said, him having thick fingers, I don't think would. I see it being hard for him to do things with it. Yeah, because essentially it's just pretty much like rock, 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 but it's like that obsidian, so it's like sharper. So I tried to make it like if you look at the fingers, they're like very craggy looking, but still like sharp to a point. Almost like sort of arrowhead is kind of what I was going through in my head. So they're not like super pointed and really thin on the bottom, but they're just like jagged. And then I also got his tail done. I think my only thing I'm kind of like regretting slightly is now that I've done the nails like that, I feel like I should go back through and do his body. But that being said, yeah, because the game they were saying, like his feet were more angled. It's just it was because the way they came out really pointed when I sculpted them out the monster clays because I could do them all in one shot with the monster clay. Well, this I did. I made a core and then I went over top of it with like balls of clay, so it'd be like rock layers instead of being one section that I cut. So I got to like really shape it with the monster clay and then adjust it accordingly, and then made my rock indents. Somebody's right. So he like this one I actually did a lot differently. Like the shoulder was just one giant chunk. This one I actually took a rock to, so I was using like I had like 7 pebbles on my table that I was just like indenting and using the rocks to kind of shape it instead of shaping it myself. Is what I did with the first one, which I like, but this looks more natural the way it is. So I did that for everything. I might still go through with the Dremel and carve out little ravines like I had. I'm leaning towards maybe doing that again. Sort of like how I did the hand here. Because I gave him like the palm print for the hand there. I kind of like how his face is. I was thinking about doing that with the mainly with parts of the arm and maybe I think the tail's overall fine, but I was thinking maybe going like doing a little bit with the tail, just to see kind of the details for the tail. And then I got some wires hanging out just to loosely put it together. One thing I'm debating on doing, don't hold me to it, but I'm thinking about 3D scanning this one when I'm done and maybe making the file available for Patreons. That would be a higher tier, to say the least. But possibly doing that. So this is kind of like how long he'd be. In a way. So his feet won't go lower than where the tail's touching the ground. So he's gonna be about that tall. It's kind of hard for me to hold on to him, and you guys can kind of see. There we go. That's essentially where like the stop joints are. And then his arms. We'll set kind of like that. I think I was using some clay just to help glue them together. Yeah, so essentially he's kind of like it's like don't fall off head. So there's essentially how he is. Like I said, we were going for like an Orga, so he's going to be like bulky. It was the game plan. So on a high note, when he's all done, I can use the monster clay to make molds. So I'm just going to heat up monster clay, sit this into the monster clay. It'll soft. Once it gets a little softer, you squish this in, pour the silicone over top of it, remove it, flip it over, do the same thing. It'll be a lot easier to make the molds with this. That and I don't waste a bunch of silicone if the silicone doesn't work right. And I'll have a model afterwards. The way I was doing it before, I was gonna have to destroy it anyways at some point. So when this is all done, I can paint it. I'll paint it up and he'll get displayed. Like I said, I love the way the arms look. Like the arms and the head got the right. Like I love the profile for it. Like he's kind of got like that charging in kind of look is what I was going for. The only thing I'm debating on doing is if I do make him, and if I can get enough people to sign up, I kind of want to make an extra head so you'll have like an open mouth and a closed mouth, and you can just heat it up and swap it out if you want it. I don't know 100% on that one. Because my plan is if I get him set up, I can maybe take some pre-orders, and then I can use the pre-order money to get silicone, and then make everything. Then I'll be able to make everything. Because right now he's probably going to cost me like $3 extra to order silicone to do all that fun stuff. Yeah, he's gonna be like I said. This one's probably gonna be a little bit bigger, but I want him to have like that same presence with like other Godzilla vinyls, so he's like powering. While the like the Sofubi Orgas, I feel like are like same heightish. I want him to be like bigger. I think just be cool. And then if we make more kaijus, like we'll make the whatever the crystal guy's name is to go in the same scale as this one, and then I don't know about doing a Godzilla because that might be a little bit more scary with Toho. making a Godzilla to go with them. I kind of want to make my own Godzilla at some point. I feel like sometime before I die, I need to sculpt my own Godzilla. Just not exactly sure how I'd want to do it. I've always really loved in Dark Horse Comics, there's like a flashback where Godzilla's a dinosaur. I really love the design that they use for that, so I kind of would want to do something similar, which is very like dinosaur-y. It's public domain 2035. Yes. 9 more years. 9 more years. I don't gotta give a shit. Yeah. Like I said, it's one of those like the only reason I haven't done it yet is I want to get back to doing that puppet, but it's just like it's either like I spent money on this, spent money on the puppet. This I could reasonably make money on. The puppet's just fun. Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember it was like crystal something, crystal Ek. Like I said, I always loved the more dinosaur look for Godzilla. I always thought it was cool, which is kind of why I like 98 Godzilla in a way. I think 98 Godzilla still went like more too iguana-y, but something like that. I always liked. So like the Odo Island -0 Godzilla is a cool one because I like it because he's more dinosaur-y. Benny's at Arnez. I'm actually I gotta bug Arnez tomorrow because I was thinking about having him bring Benny here. So that I want to make shorts with Benny. I'm not sure what to do yet because, like I said, I spent money on the damn thing. I want to use it, but it doesn't make sense doing like a bunch of different kinds of reviews because pretty much like what Benny took the place of was the unimportant reviews became. So I want to do like shorts with Benny. I was thinking about maybe doing like reviewing like little like 1-minute anime reviews or something with him. He could be an anime dude. I watch a lot of anime. So but the other style of Godzilla would be I would want to do something more horrific looking. So it's either dinosaur Godzilla or trying to make it look as like sort of like Shin, like not quite Shin-esque. My thought is maybe doing something a little bit more along the lines of like you always hear like people talking about like Godzilla wouldn't be able to walk because of the weight and what have you. So taking that into consideration, what would it look like? So that's the other one where it's kind of like Godzilla is so big that he can't really move or like can't really like move upright. So it's kind of like in the same way as Shin, it's kind of like sort of like evolving itself to be able to move in that regards. So he'd be more of like on all fours essentially. Yeah, I guess like a Godzilla the Hutt in a way, where it almost has to like keep regenerating itself to be able to move. So like its healing factor is so great, but it's like damaging itself the entire time. So like it moving its leg would maybe like be damaged, like the other leg would be damaged, so they would start regenerating like a new leg in order to keep kind of moving, and then still have the spikes and the shape, but doing something a little more scary. Yeah, maybe I'd have to look. I'm not 100% on that one. You talk about Shimo like Shimo, right? Got GXK. Where did my phone go? I can look this up. Yeah, kind of in that way. But yeah, I would be thinking more of him like on all fours. My only issues is like I don't see him being like all fours and still retaining like the look, kind of like an Anguirus in a way. Like I think that would be still like kind of boring. So maybe like trying to do something. It's almost weird, but I almost want to give him extra limbs in a way. Yeah, something sort of like that. Maybe like a bigger. Like I said, I haven't fully fleshed it out yet, but it's leaning towards like more like a dinosaur style Godzilla or like sort of like all fours. Yeah, I guess yeah, it's sort of alligatory, where he's more like dragging himself, but he has like the like he's just kind of like dragging himself along the ground in a way. Yeah, I was just yeah, an alligator. Yeah, that would probably be sort of more similar in the way I would want to have him moving around. Like I still maybe want him to be able to like rear his head up more, so not it wouldn't be like it still have like a Godzilla style head on it. But I think it would be like a lot of people probably wouldn't like it because it would be like far removed. It would be something pretty different looking. The other one would be similar as like the first form of Shin in a way, like Madakun when he first came out. He's just kind of like plowing himself through the city, something like that, and just playing more off that with the spikes and the tail. I think would be cool. Give him a big jaw, be sweet too. That's one thing I always liked about Ultima is I like the way that they did his head. I think it was cool. It's very Shin-esque, but just like whale sharky in a way. That'd be the other thing I would think of was like how would he eat things or whatnot. He would just open his mouth and just plow through. So I was thinking of like some kind of like him being able to like stretch his mouth out, which would also make it a little more horrifying in a way. Just to see that like barreling in between buildings, just scooping up everything. Gave her in 1981. I think you sent the picture of that one. I think I remember seeing a picture of it. Or yeah, sharing a picture of it. Eelhead would be a good example, yeah. Yeah, I think it's like eelhead or like what are those like those gulper fish? Where it's like the jaw extends out in a way. Not split, but it like that'd be kind of like more what I'd be leaning in regards to. The dinosaur one, though, I would say would be probably the funner one for me. But I don't want to say funner. I would probably have more fun making the more four-legged, trying to make like horrific-looking Godzilla. Might be the pelican, anglerfish is a bad example. Anglerfish have a big mouth already. I was thinking like it would still look Godzilla-ish, but then when he would open his mouth to do his things or shoot the beam, it'd just be like just really expands upwards instead of like I don't want it to be like the shin thing where it like splits like unnaturally. Actually, yeah, I think Pelican Eel was kind of yeah. Oh, that would be cool. Where it looks like the jaw, but then like it just stretches open. That'd be dope. Custom Ava Godzilla. They haven't technically released one though, right? Or are you talking about the no, because that was a Monster. It's trying to think of who made the oh man, I can't remember the name now. It was right in my head and it just disappeared. The mecha the Ava mecha Godzilla. Oh, why can't I think of it? Why think of his name now? Oh yeah, the Evangelion color one. Yeah, you're right. Last Dinosaur's a cool one. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Bacon. Really appreciate it. You're kind of small on my screen. I had to look real quick. I see it pops up. I should just look at the mini feed. It pops up in the mini feed. Oh, all right. This is the other thing I sort of wanted to work on a little bit, and I was thinking about trying a different technique. Is I was thinking about a little less hair on it, but I think my cat got on the table. But using a sponge and applying the texture with the sponge, I think might look cool. So while we're chit chatting, I'll just keep kind of going on with that. Oh, where did I put the paints? Paints up here. Yeah. Let's see. Try maybe that one in red. Let's see where we get. Oh yeah, I'm stoked for the Nava one. Yeah, that's a must buy for sure. I don't know if this is going to be the right. I don't think that one's going to come out as good as I want. I haven't used this. I'll be honest. I haven't used the sponge too much, so I figure I'll see how it goes, like a little bit of it. If I don't like it, then I can always pivot from there. The problem is I need like a yellow. It's like I need gold, but not gold. Actually, you know what? Is that maybe actually just the color that I want? That might. Oops, I hate my life. Dark flesh, I think, is gonna be a good color. Get out of here. We're just gonna use a piece of cardboard. I'm only trying to mix the damn color that I'm just like dark gray. Like, you know what? The fleshy color might be what I want. It's like I need it to be like still yellow but slightly red. So we're just gonna take a little sponge and get you guys down just a little bit so you can see. Get a bit of the sponge on there and just. Dab it on. How's it look if I smear it? Nah, okay. Yeah, I don't want to smear it. I just feel a little bad about this guy because I'm like, I've been meaning to get him done sooner. Now the problem is, like, now that I got super up, I'm like, I want to focus on getting the channel set up. Like, but I gotta work on commissions because I need monies. Need money to buy more things so we can do more reviews. We needs it. Oh, you moving again? Okay, well, on a fun note, sponge is definitely the way to go. Oop, wrong color. Where'd the bottle just go? Did I toss it back into the thing willy nilly like I'm never gonna use it again? It's medium, we need dark. Okay, there's. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the band Electric Alleyway, but that stupid train song's been in my head all day long. Like, I heard it in my car earlier today, and I've seen some memes that people were playing, like, it was in the meme, and it was just like, we're riding on the choo-choo train. So, me, Kurt Eagle staring at the camera. Ah, gotcha. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? You know, for how much I had to watch that at school growing up, I do not remember the songs very well. I know it was a Bill song. I remember the Bill song. Well, I will say the sponge was 100% the right call. I'm probably not putting enough paint on the sponge in my defense, but that upper body's looking really smexy though. Got some nice, like, little slight color deviations and stuff. I'm digging it. One is whenever I get songs stuck in my head, it's never like what I generally listen to. It's always like random stuff. Although I will say I do like Electric Alleyway. Their stuff's pretty solid. Where the heck did your head go? That's what I'm currently looking for. You've been sitting up here. I know I slightly moved you because I was looking for Mario. Because I had a Mario figure that got randomly wrecked. Because my daughter, okay, so my daughter was playing with my Super Mario figures, and in the process of when I think it was actually when I was primering SpringTrap, is I blasted the Mario with the primer, not knowing that it was like sitting. So I was like airbrushing just willy nilly, and then realized that he was kind of like off to the side getting hit with the spray. So we got more of the Mario figures recently, and I was like, well, I'll clean them up. It'll be real easy. Just take some rubbing alcohol, call it a day. Well, the problem is with the way they did his eyes, it's clear plastic, and then hard to show you guys because of the way the light's hitting. But it's clear plastic, and then the paint for the eyes underneath. Well, the alcohol got into the eye, went under the eye, and then you'll see on the other side, he's missing the eye and just like smeared the paint all underneath. So after cleaning them up, I realized the eyes got jacked up, so I had to order 2 new ones. Thankfully, they're cheap, but it was annoying. Well, then I got annoyed too, as I ordered them just to find out that there's a new like 4-pack that you could buy at Target for like $60, and it has Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Bowser Jr. like all in one set. And I'm just like, I just would have rather spent the extra money. I could have skipped buying the Yoshi, bought that, and got honestly a cooler Bowser Jr. than the regular one. So my wife found him at Walmart, and I was like, oh yeah, just grab Bowser Jr., Yoshi, and Rosie, and I'll worry about the others later. Because those are like the only like new ones I really wanted. Although I saw we got Target got Bowser's Castle in, and I seen it, and I kind of want it, and I might go back and buy it, mainly for review purposes. But because what's great is I always loved Mario growing up, but there's just never been like figures that I've actually wanted that, or they're just like too much money. And then Jack started doing like the official game ones, and I was just like, eh. Then the movie ones came out, and actually, like I said, I like how they did the eyes and everything. Always stood out to me. So I really like those ones. So it just like so happens that the movie ones are just like my preferred ones. They keep making all the characters that I want. Like if there's a Toad, there's a Peach, there's a there's a Mario, Luigi. I don't need everybody. I just need like enough of the characters, and I'll be set. Is that a hair? Yes. Okay, let's get that out of there. Grant, this is gonna use a lot of my dark flesh doing it this way, but the color is coming out the way I wanted to. So on a high note. What I like about that Bowser Castle too is it's the Bowser Castle from like the trailer where you see like he's like doing the painting and the pianos there and everything. So it's like a good scale for somebody like a real like scale. And I'm like, I kind of want that in my office and just put like a glass ball around it. So it looks like he's just kind of hiding, like chilling in the ball. Yeah. Liking the color. Pretty much what his primary colors are on the detailing's pretty simple on this guy, thank freaking god. Outside of I still gotta get a bow. I still gotta get the bow situation figured out. The bow situation, and I wouldn't mind starting on the diorama. Going over the body just a little bit more, just so it's not quite as harsh. They still got like a little bit of rich tint to it. I think the only thing I gotta do that's probably gonna be a little more time consuming is it's pretty big. The box I want to say is probably like about that big. The whole box, and it's like so the castle's probably like that big, and it's modular. So you go like take it apart and everything. It's got a lot of cool things about it. I secretly want to be like, I want to buy it for my daughter so she could play with it, but then again, I want to put it in my office. So it might just be one of those things like I stick in my office, and then if she wants to mess with it, it's not going to hurt my feelings. It'll be like the sacrificial lamb so she can leave my kaiju stuff alone. Well, not even my kaiju stuff. It's all my anime. Yeah, I think the only thing I really like about the movie castle is it has the painting of like Rip Bowser with Peach. I saw that thing and I was just like, that's right up my alley. It blasts a little bit of heat so I can touch it a little better. Yeah, but the problem is that's like $80. And I'm currently poor. Because the silage just showed up, so I got charged $50 for that, dude. Plus, I bought the Rangers, and I've already spent like $60 on Mario figures. So I have tempted to be like, if it's their payday, I'll grab it payday. Because the other thing I think about doing is I got that bootleg Ghidorah that I want to sell. I might put on the Etsy. Which I mainly wanted to sell that thing to pay for the monster. It's Ghidorah. So it's like, and that thing sells, and we're going to just be using that to buy something else. If anybody wants to buy that bootleg Ghidorah off me, let me know. Yes, sadly, nobody hopped on him. It's like, whoops, shoot. The Legion I've had a hard time getting rid of too. I thought the Legion would be. I thought more people would be a little bit more down for. And I swear to God, you stayed on this entire time. The other time I was painting. Now you want to be a little butthole. Nope, still hanging around. I remember there was a lot of people inquiring about that thing too not that long ago. So I'm like, it's repainted and everything. So yeah, I was like, I did feel like the thing would sell pretty quick. Or at least people would like try to haggle with me or something, you know? Like, but nothing. Okay, come on. SpringTrap, I'm gonna need you to stop making this hard for me. This side I really don't have to pay as hard attention to because this side's gonna get a bit more black on it anyway, so it needs to look a little more banged up. So the unevenness is a lot more forgivable on this side. Sorry if you can't see it. I'm just I sat him on my lap. Crud, I need the leg to rotate just a little bit so it's not quite on the knee, so I can paint the knee. Everything must be difficult today. It's like, at least when I get this guy set up, because I have to brighten the tummy a little bit, and then it's like all detailing after that. I still think it's funny that my daughter did not want to, like, when I first tried to get her to watch Monsters Inc., she was like, not interested, Daddy. Threw a fit, and now she, like, watches it on repeat. Yeah, we'll say on a high note, the sponge is taking a minute, but it's doing what I wanted. Where it's making it kind of uneven. But not like swipey, it's just like patchy. Like it almost has like a little bit of like a fluff look to it. Like more than likely, I'm probably gonna have to go like over like one more time lightly like this. Because what I'll probably do is go over them like one more time, and then I'm probably just gonna blast them with some clear coat. And that should really get the look that we're going for. Oh, I know, because like these parts kind of look fleshy. That's mainly what we're doing, and then I gotta put the claws still in here. But I want to put the claws, and I want to make sure I want to paint them separate, paint them, and then put them on. So I'm not trying to fudge around with painting those things while it's inside the body. Doesn't sound like a good time. Well, I'm pretty happy that I got Casey. Casey's at least watched the Mario Brothers now, so I kind of want to go take her to try to see it. I think she likes the penguin part, especially when they're throwing the snowballs at Bowser. Like, that is but a taste of a fury. Do you yield? Oh, actually, I think she's watching it upstairs now that we're talking about it. Also, I think my wife's asleep because I'm pretty sure I hear snoring. So Casey's got free reign upstairs. Hopefully, not much trouble. She can get in and between the living room and the dining room. Not that the dog would be complaining about. Oh, I guess I should have asked that. Do you want the spring blocks looking like they're crushing the tummy? Or do you want them just kind of sitting in there? Because if they're crushing the tummy, then I gotta paint the head differently. Because then he needs like the blood, like blood spurting out and stuff. Personally, I think I would say just sitting in there would probably be the best way, especially since you're wanting to display, like how you're telling me you wanted to try to display it. It sounds better that it's just kind of like exposed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really looked at the Dead by Daylight model that hard yet. I still been sort of just basing them off like more of the movie look. Alrighty. I think that's pretty good for right now. Okay, so now it's just kind of just letting the paint just like sit, so it's got proper time to harden. And then I'll probably do like one more pass because I know I'll have to hit the fingers a little harder. A couple of parts I might want to like touch up. Can you get the paint on right there? Oh, well. Okay. Might want to go like a little harder. Might want to go a little harder in certain sections, but looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Look. Oh, coming to get ya. Whoa, shit. Don't drop the head. I'd be sad. Yeah, but he's looking good. Oh, this is fun though. If I do the red, it'll make me cleaning the undersection of the coat a little more. Because he, like, over workout, this has got a little bit of paint on it, so I could add a little red there and then just kind of do like a light blackish wash the dirty, like, because it's an older suit, he's got to have some grime on the undersuit, so I got to do that too. I'll probably do like a little bit of a wash and just like hit some of the cloth just to tint it a little bit. But my thought is in the next couple days, I will probably try to at least have this head like fully done. And then I can properly show this off. Don't mind me. I had a little bit of a clay hanging out in his eyes from when I airbrushed him. Still had some hanging on in there. I just left it in there so while I was painting. So now I gotta paint the eyes slightly different. The eyes get slightly different colors. But anyways, good nice launch stream. Going for almost 2 hours now. So, anyways, you can help us to beat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got an Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like people the video channel donate, greatly would appreciate it. If you guys didn't know, pretty sure most of you guys have been here the entire time. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check out the photos. But Super Report Reviews is back. So make sure we got a new review up on there. Go check it out. Greatly would appreciate it. I'm torn. The one thing I'm torn about review wise though is I want to review the Foxy tomorrow if Arnez comes over. Problem is all the Freddy's, they all have a story. So if I put Foxy up on Super, I kind of got to put the other ones up over there too, I think. I just don't know if I might just make a compilation video of all three, put them on Super, and then toss Foxy up over there. just to make it make sense. I think that's probably what I'm going to do for that. Instead of just re-uploading them. But looking forward to that. Like I said, it'll just be nice that I wish I could get all the back money, the back view pay. That would be I'd be not rich, but way happier about life. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like just putting like all three of them up on Super, and then Foxy would be by itself. Is what I'm leaning towards. Honestly, I'd probably get more views if I put them up separately, just like re-upload them and just take them off this channel. But I think I like the idea of the compilation. Just doing all three of them in one video. Just make like a little intro, be like, hey, this video is up over here, we're reposting it. Maybe toss Woody in there randomly. I think it would be good. But we also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like people that do channel donate, greatly would appreciate it. We got a Patreon, which has a Discord attached to our Patreon. A lot of the fine people chatting in the comments today are part of our Discord. So if you guys like to be a part of that, make sure to go check out our Patreon. $3 gets you access to that. Like I mentioned, we're planning on doing watch-alongs starting in April. Not sure what we're going to start with, but that's my hope anyways. Yeah, I seen that. I was like, oh, Woody's got a plan. Woody's getting some random parts. Yeah, I'm gonna be ending the stream. I'm tired. I'm tired, and I still gotta get my daughter to bed. If she hasn't passed out already, sounds like she's still moving around. So I'll be doing that. We also, if you guys like to check the descriptions, we got some shops down there like Calcus Toys, which my Skyla is on the way. You can save 6% off your order there with code Steve Calcus at checkout. If you like to get your Hiya Godzillas faster than most any of the stateside places, it's definitely my go-to for that one. You can also get a lot of other like China imports stuff from there, or like Chinese-based company figures there. I wish they would get snail shell stuff. That's one thing I would love for them to get. There's also the box tree. If you guys like to get modular display case, if you're looking for a modular display case, they're sweets. You can save 15% with code Steve or code the Geek Chest at checkout. I gotta promote them a little bit more. Yeah, and the Pacific Rim, the leatherbacks. Oh. If I didn't already have a prior commitment for leatherback, I would have already ordered it. But yeah. Actually, I think it's still got him in stock, so you can still get him too. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, we got an Etsy too. I'm never really bad at promoting my own things, so I have an Etsy shop. You guys like to possibly get something like this done for yourself? Let me know. Anyways, I'll see you guys.